Moving on, choosing the right outsourcing partner. Now we have the developing out, like the outsourcing strategy is clear. Now, how do you actually choose the right outsourcing partner? So first of all, very, very, very important is look for expertise. Look at the technical expertise of the team, because that is something which is crucial for your technology product you are building. Like always look that is the CTO or someone from the technical team or an architect comes to your calls on the initial days, trying to talk and define what needs to be built out, and even they sharing their examples of some work that they have done, or let's say they sharing with you that some of their own case studies talking about their technical expertise. That is something you should always be looking for. Second thing is always look for similar projects if they have done something similar in the past. There might be chances that not exactly things might be similar to what you need, but there could be the outsourcing team must have worked on it in bits and pieces here and there. So you can look for such similar projects so as to make sure that there's no learning curve, or at least a minimum learning curve. And the third point here is experience in solving complex problems. This usually comes into picture, and why it is important is there are some risks which cannot be anticipated at the start of the project. Eventually, when you go into it, you might figure out that okay, during development there are more complex things coming into picture. So does the team have an experience, or do they have any of the previous case studies where they have solved some really complex problems? For example, built out some rule engine or something like that, which eventually gave a lot of good results. So something like that you can look for. It is again just trying to see whether the team is capable of doing all those things. And the last is, does that team really have a passion for your project? This might be the last point on this slide, but it is very important because like unless and until you have a passion for building a product, you won't be doing that, or the development team won't be doing that with the same dedication or devotion. So like you really need to see, or if you happen to go with the time and material model, it is always good to ask the developer that what excites you about my project, or what is the best thing you liked about my project, what is the thing you didn't like about my project. These answers could give you just more about like can talk a bit about are they really passionate about your project. Moving forward with the next point around choosing the right outsourcing partner is ask for references. Always ask for 2 to 3 references of their previous clients, and make sure that you talk to these clients. It is always good to drop an email to know, but I would always recommend to talk to them over a phone call. And the only reason is with these conversations with the previous clients, you can verify if the experiences what these clients had are in line with what are your expectations from this outsourcing partner. And if they meet, then that is your way to go ahead. The next one is communication skill and proactiveness. So you can evaluate the communication skills of the project manager or the team who is going to work with you. And these initial days are also important because let's say you are yet to sign an agreement with this prospective team, outsourcing team. And during this time period, how has been your experience with this team? Whether it is sales team, whether it is management from the other team, but how has been that experience? Are they proactive enough to maybe follow up with you, maybe ask you those right questions? Because like that experience is also going to be same like throughout when you work with that development team. So it actually talks a bit about the culture. It talks a bit about how the teams like work eventually with the client. So getting that experience is very, very important, I would say. Yeah, pick who understands importance of planning, because it is always said that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you should always look out for the teams who emphasize on planning, because the teams who spend more time into planning eventually are the ones who are going to give you more success. because that's how they're going to plan their, let's say, their sprints. They're going to plan how the workflows are going to be. They're going to plan your milestones and even your deliveries. So look for always, like when you understand the process of that team, always look for how much time they are allocating for planning. If they haven't allocated time, you can ask specific questions about it to know that are they really going in that direction of planning.